Hi everyone, welcome back. Acupuncture, acupressure, self-care, day 3. I hope that the last 2 videos were helpful for you. I got some really awesome feedback, so I'm just gonna continue doing them. I'm enjoying them because I'm kind of going back to my roots and my basics, and it's been really beautiful to read some of the classics in terms of how these acupuncture points work and their philosophies behind them. So I'm sharing them with you and I hope that they help you. So today's acupuncture point is known as the Hall of Impressions, and it is an extra point, and it is also known as the third eye. And it's really important right now, actually, especially for those of us that suffer from anxiety and uncertainty and restlessness, insomnia, feelings of being unsettled. So this particular point is located right at the midpoint of the base of the eyebrows, and it's right there. And it influences energetically the base of where the 2 hemispheres of the brain come together. And there locates the hypothalamus and the thalamus. And there is something called the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. Yes, at a mouthful. And really what that means is it is our endocrine's way of responding to stressful stimuli. So we're all in a really hyper stressed out state, and stress that lasts for more than a minute creates high cortisol levels, and cortisol is a stress hormone. It's very different than your serotonin, which is a feel-good hormone. And I don't know about you, well, other than my workouts and meditating, those are the 2 things that help me to raise my serotonin levels so that it could bring down my cortisol levels. But when you're stuck in a state of chronic looping cortisol, high stress, you turn the TV on, you turn your internet on, you get alerts on your system like the whole world is falling apart. We're just bombarded with this chronic state of cortisol overload. And it really wreaks havoc on our entire system. So this hypothalamic pituitary axis really takes this entire endocrine system, and it allows us to process the hormones necessary for dealing with our stress. So think about this. You're driving in a car and you look in your rearview mirror and you see a car coming from behind really fast. It raises that cortisol levels. It's the fight or flight. It's the how quick can I get out of my situation right now? So what happens though is that when we're in a state that's chronically in overdrive, it downregulates the immune system. That is not a good thing right now. We do not want to downregulate the immune system. We want to do everything we can to keep ourselves healthy, and that includes obvious things like nutrition and not eating too much sugar or drinking too much, making sure that you exercise. But one important thing is, what are you thinking? What are you watching? What are you surrounding yourself with? Because thoughts can also stimulate cortisol. If you're having trouble sleeping, I don't know about you, but for me, for sure, when I lay my head down at night, I wonder to myself, oh my God, what am I gonna wake up to tomorrow? So then the thoughts go looming, the stories go crazy, and all of a sudden, I'm not sleeping. That's high cortisol. Cortisol does not need to be high at night. It needs to be high in the morning, because that's what motivates you to get your day going. So Yintang, this is our point. And what we want to do is we want to stimulate this point. And like I said, it is located between the eyebrows. Now, public service announcement. Go wash your hands before you touch your point, before you touch your face. I just washed my hands. So here we go. Halfway, right dead center. Like the other points, clockwise, counterclockwise, tapping. I actually find it really soothing to just softly move the skin upward, kind of like you're petting your cat or your dog. Very relaxing. So just like in yoga, that third eye, the Ajna chakra, right? It's between your eyebrows, that third eye. It's the hall of impression. So what are the impressions that you have at the moment? What are the impressions that you have about you, yourself, for your future? What's your intuition? What's your insight? It doesn't always have to be fear-based, even though that's what we're being surrounded with right now. It allows you to see the bigger picture, right? Where are we going in our lives? Because right now in quarantine, it feels really stuck. It's very stuck energy, but could you change that stuck energy? So one of the things that I like to do as I am stimulating this point is use an affirmation, something like, I see all things clearly, or I am open to my wisdom within. What feels good for you? How do you open this point? How do you change that high stress state? Because again, when cortisol is high, immune system is low. Your serotonin is low. So how do we flip that? We can flip it 1 point. I know we're not allowed to touch each other right now. And as an acupuncturist and physical therapist, these hands are dying to touch someone right now. So for me, just touching here helps to soothe my soul. This point, anxiety, insomnia, it helps to drain any sort of frontal sinus congestion. And for those of you with seasonal allergies, this might be something that'd be really beneficial for you. So here's to Happy Monday. Here's to finding out what your purpose is, your intuition. Listen to it. It doesn't lie. Happy Monday.